Hello my friends out there in Dragon Blogger land. This is your friend Iggy back again with Dragon Blogger. So I just wanted to show you some of the lighting effects of the Cougar Attack X3 RGB keyboard. Some of the lighting effects and just some of the other stuff it can do through the Cougar Uix software, which I have installed right up here. First off, you'll notice this does take two USB plugs. The very first one, this guy right here, is to power the keyboard and to power the lights. Now, a little bit awkward, or a little bit odd I should say, this guy right here is to provide extra power for the lighting effects. Now, I haven't come across the issue just yet where I need it, but Cougar does recommend, and I did ask them, they do recommend to use this guy as well. So I'm going to go ahead, plug the very first one. Okay, so now you'll notice the scrolling rainbow lighting effect. This is the very first one you'll get right out of the box. I like it. It's pretty relaxing. It just cycles through every single color. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and plug in the other one. This one's not going to make a difference. I've tested this keyboard for quite some time. I have not seen where that second power connection comes in handy. But, you know, if they're recommending it, I'd probably use it. So first off, you do have more than just, you know, this one effect, which again is nice, but not everybody's going to like it. Everybody's different. So if I hit Function F4, okay, that's going to have like a ping-ponging kind of lighting effect. It's pretty nice, but it's too much going on there for me. Okay, and if I hit Function F4, that's not off. Okay, so every single key I hit, it's going to do a ripple effect from that key, from that key throughout the keyboard. So that's kind of crazy when you're just typing quick. Might go a little crazy there. All right, so now we'll go back to Function F4, and now we're back to the scrolling rainbow. That's not it though. So now if I hit Function F2, okay, this is one color, then it's going to fade out, fade back into another color. So a breathing effect. So now Function F4, scrolling from the bottom up through every single color. It's too mechanical for me. I don't like it too much. Okay, so Function F4 again. It looks like it's off, but this, from every single key you hit, it's going to light up that line from that key. So if you're typing fast again, it looks a little crazy. Okay, so now we'll go back to Function F4, and let's go back to the very first one, starting from red, breathing through all of the colors. So now we'll do Function F3. Oh no, it's off. It isn't. I like this one. Just that single key you hit will be lit up. Okay, so if you're typing, this one is kind of cool. You can see what you're typing. And then we'll do Function F4 again. And this is just going to be going through all of the colors. Very slowly morph into each of the colors. This one is kind of relaxing as well. Okay, and if we hit Function F4 again, back to the stroke, well, not back to it, but it's just going to wave through all of the colors. Function F4 again. We're back to each and every individual key. So let me zoom in on that one a little bit so you can get a better effect. So now that we have a little overhead here, you can see each and every key I hit lights up. That's kind of nice, kind of Christmassy type of thing. Looks kind of cool. Okay, so now let's go into, and let's go back to Function F1. Okay, rainbow. So now if I hit Function, page down, you'll notice the dimming, the keys dim a little bit. Okay, that's the max setting. And we have, so this is high, medium, low, and off. See, completely off. And you can change the lighting effect or the intensity for all of those 9 different lighting effects I showed you. And now let me show you the Uix software real quick. All right, so now with the Uix software, I'm going to open it up. All right, so here it starts off with the key assignment. Here you can change all of the keys, what they do. You know, if you don't want L to be L, you want L to be J, you can switch those keys around there. You can also create 3 different macros. Gives you the ability right here on the keyboard, and then right here as well. F1, F2, and F3 are M1, M2, and M3. All right. And then you can save your profiles right over here. For example, I have the Dragon one that I did quite some time ago. And so I uninstalled the Cougar software and I reinstalled it. And that profile stayed there. So that's still kind of nice. And I've shown you this before, but if you do create a macro that you like, you can export that macro and either give it to your friend or take it to your friend's house. You can create a bunch of different macros. This is the basic setting. Then there is the advanced setting as well. All right, for each different macro. And then there's a drop down that you can select mode switch, int mode switch, launch program, mouse function, media function, function windows. So you got a bunch of different features there. I'm not going to go over it through here. I'm going to write it out in the actual written review so you can catch that in a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to go to performance. Okay, in this function, and let me zoom in a little bit here so you can see the actual program in its entirety. You can change between the different polling rates of the keyboard itself. You can have 125, 250, 500, and 1000. That's just at the rate that the keyboard communicates with the computer and back and forward. The higher the better, so I leave mine at 1000. Some people may have a want to do it lower. You can. I haven't seen much of a difference, but you know, maybe you need it. There is the repeat delay or delay. So if you hit J on the keyboard and you hold it, that's how quickly in a certain amount of time that J is going to come up. Then you can also test that right over here. Just press here and K, and it's at the highest now, but so you saw how fast that came out. If I lower it, I'll click apply. Okay, now it's processing. Okay, now I go back in here. Okay, now I get rid of all that. See how long it took for that backspace to register? So press K. Then it's just how long it takes to actually register. So I'll keep that as fast, or as short, I should say. And then you have the ability right over here for the N key rollover. You can have the 6 key that you can only hit 6 keys before none of the other functions work. Or the N key is for USB, that you can hit all the different keys and it's going to work. It's not going to die out until you release some of the other keys. Then we have the lighting control here. Okay, here you can switch and cycle through. So for right now, we're on rainbow. If I hit function F2, saw how that changed up here to cycle. And now if I go to function F3, see that changed to cycle 2. So I'm going to go back to function F1 and now hit function F4. So you see how it kind of cycles through all of them and just, you know, the way they change. So that's a pretty cool feature, especially the fact that you can see it live. If you hit it on the keyboard, it appears on the screen. If you hit on the screen, it appears on the keyboard, of course, after you hit apply. Under drop down here, you can do reactive, arrow, ripple, wave, rainbow effects. Again, I'm not going to go over it in this video. I'm going to go over it on the written review, and I'll link that shortly. And then under advanced, just have, like before for the macros, you can create different functions off of that as well. Then you have over here your 3 different modes. Okay? And over here, you can actually save, even with your own picture, your own profiles. And each of those profiles can have their own macros, can have their own lighting effects. So you get a bunch of cool little features there. And all right, so that's about it for right now. Another cool feature of the Uix software, now I don't have a mouse plugged in, but I just recently finished reviewing the Cougar Revenger. You'll find that also on dragonblogger.com. But if it was plugged in, if I wanted to change the effects on it, I just press left or right there. So left or right, and that'll cycle through, and then it'll show me the mouse and all the features and functions that the mouse will allow me to use. So that's about it for now. Again, this is Iggy with Dragon Blogger showing you the keyboard, the lighting effects, the function effects, the macros on the Cougar Attack X3 RGB keyboard, and a little bit on how the Cougar Uix software interacts with it. This is Iggy with Dragon Blogger out. See you guys.